everything is quite ready for the christenings.
The christenings, sir? Is that not somewhat premature?
Both of these gentlemen have expressed an immediate desire to be christened.
At their age, the idea is grotesque and irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to be baptized. I will not hear of such excesses. Lord Bracknell will be highly displeased if you learn that was the way in which you wasted your time and money.
Am I to understand there will be no christenings at all today?
Yeah, sorry, dog. I don't think that as things are now, it will be of much practical value to either of us, Dr. Chisholm.
I am grieved to hear such sentiments from you, Mr. Worthing. They savor of the heretical views of the Anabaptists, views I have repeatedly refuted in 4 of my unpublished sermons. However, as your present mood seems to be peculiarly secular, I will return to the church at once. Indeed, I have been just informed that the pew opener is waiting for me for the last 4 hours in the vestry.
Miss Prism, did I hear you mention of Miss Prism?
Yes, Lady Bracknell. I am on my way to join her.
Pray allow me to detain you for a moment. This matter may prove to be one of vital importance to Lord Bracknell and myself. Is this Miss Prism a female of repellent aspect, remotely connected with education?
She is the most cultivated ladies and the very picture of respectability.
Is obviously the same person. May I ask what position she holds in your household?
I am a celibate, madam.
Miss Prism, Lady Bracknell, has been for the last 3 years Miss Cardew's esteemed governess and valued companion.
In spite of what I hear of her, I must see her at once. Let her be sent for.
She approaches. She is nigh.
I was told you expected me in the vestry, dear Canon. I have been waiting for you here. There for an hour and 3/4.
Prism? Come here, Prism. Prism, where is that baby? 28 years ago, Prism, you left Lord Bracknell's house, number 104, Upper Grosvenor Street, in charge of a perambulator that contained a baby of male sex. You never returned. A few weeks later, through the elaborate investigations of the Metropolitan Police, the perambulator was discovered at midnight, standing by itself in a remote corner of Bayswater. It contained the manuscript of a 3-volume novel of more than usually revolting sentimentality. But the baby was not there. Prism, where is that baby?
Lady Bracknell, I admit with shame that I do not know. I only wish I did. The plain facts of the case are these. On the morning of the day you mentioned, a day that is forever branded on my memory, I prepared as usual to take the baby out of its perambulator. I had also with me a somewhat old but captious handbag in which I intended to place the manuscript of a work of fiction that I had written during my few uncopied, unoccupied hours. In a moment of mental abstraction, for which I never can forgive myself, I deposited the manuscript in the bassinet and placed the baby in the handbag.
But where did you deposit the handbag?
Don't ask me, Mr. Worthing.
Miss Prism, this is no matter of small importance to me. I insist on knowing where you deposited the handbag that contained that infant.
I left it in the cloakroom of the larger railway stations in London.
What railway station?
Victoria, the Brighton line.
I gotta check on my room for a second.
What do you think this means, Lady Bracknell?
I dare not even suspect, Dr. Traskell. I need hardly to tell you that in families of such a high position, strange coincidences are not supposed to occur. They are hardly considered a thing.
Whoa, my God, whoa!
Uncle Jack seems strangely agitated.
Your guardian has a very emotional nature.
I'm so happy.
This noise is extremely unpleasant. It sounds as if he was having an argument. I dislike arguments of any kind. They are always vulgar and often convincing.
It has stopped now.
I wish you could arrive at some conclusion.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last.
Yo, is this the handbag, Miss Prism? Examine it real careful before you speak. The happiness of more than one life depends on your answer.
It seems to be mine. Yes, there is an injury it received through the upsetting of the Gower Street omnibus in younger and happier days. Here is the stain on the lining caused by the explosion of a temperance beverage, an incident that occurred in Leamington. And here, on the lock, are my initials. I had forgotten that in extravagant mood I had placed them there. The bag is undoubtedly mine. I am delighted to have it so unexpectedly restored to me. It has been a great inconvenience being here all these years.
Miss Prism, more is restored to you than this handbag. I was the baby you placed in it.
You?
Yes, Mother!
Mr. Worthing, I am unmarried.
Unmarried? I don't deny that's a serious blow, but after all, who has the right to cast a stone against one who has suffered? Cannot repentance wipe out one act of folly? Why should there be one law for men and, you know, another law for women? Mother, I forgive you.
Mr. Worthing, there is some error. there is a lady who can tell you who you really are.
Lady Bracknell, I hate to seem inquisitive, but would you kindly inform me who I am?
I'm afraid that the news I have to give you will not altogether please you. You are the son of my poor sister, Mrs. Moncrief, and consequently Algernon's present brother.
Algy's other brother? I have a brother after all. Oh my gosh. I knew it, man. I have a brother. We said I have a brother, Cecily. How could you have ever doubted it? Yo, man, come here. Yo, Dr. Chisel, stand up, come on. Dr. Chasuble, my brother. Who's next? Who's next? Wait. Gwendolyn? My elder brother. My unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn, my unfortunate brother. Algy, you young scoundrel. You're gonna have to treat with more respect in the future. You have never behaved like a brother in all your life.
Well, not till today, I admit, so I'll try my best from now on, sir.
My own, but what own are you? What is your Christian name now that you've become someone else?
Yo, shit. I had quite forgotten that point. Your decision on that subject is irrevocable, I suppose.
I never change, except in my affection.
What a noble nature you have, Gwendolyn.
Then, the question had better be cleared up at once. Aunt Augusta, a moment. At the time when Miss Prism left me in the handbag, had I been christened already?
Every luxury that money could buy, including christening, had been lavished on you by your fond and doting parents.
Then I was christened. That's settled. Now, what name was I given? Let me know the worst.
Being the eldest son, you are naturally christened after your father.
Yeah, but what's my father's name?
I cannot at the present moment recall what your general's Christian name was, but I have no doubt he had one. He was eccentric, I admit, but only in later years, and that was the result of the Indian climate and marriage and indigestion and other things of that kind.
Algy, can't you recollect our father's Christian name?
My dear boy, we were never even on speaking terms. He died before I was a year old.
His name would appear in the army list of the period, I suppose, Aunt Augusta.
General was essentially a man of peace, except in his domestic life. But I have no doubt his name would appear in any military downturn.
Oh my gosh! The army list of the last 40 years are here. These records should have been my constant study. M. Generals Malum Mac what? Magleby.